getting up near the pass, sort of. What a pretty sunrise. Except I don't think the video captures it. Oh well. I'm not sure how this will work with the wind, but I'm at about 10,800 feet above this unnamed lake. And it's not obvious, but the surface is already frozen. Almost all the running water I've passed so far has been frozen. So I wonder how that's gonna work with the getting water. I may have to, break ice at lakes. It's kind of a bummer. Anyway, I'm just sort of approaching the pass. I still have maybe another mile to go. I made it to the pass, just over it, so it's a little less windy now. Here's some unnamed peaks. This is out towards the direction I'm heading. So right center here-ish is, I guess, Virginia. This is Kamiaka, which I did during the last, not the last Zero Challenge, the 2019 one. So down here, just out of sight, is Summit Lake. I should be there shortly. I'm making such bad progress in terms of my pace. I don't know why I'm going so slow, but I thought this was kind of cool. At least it's running under there. A lot of the other stuff I've seen is just completely frozen. But this is closer to the elevation I'll be at much of the time, so hopefully I won't have issues getting water. Anyway, that was the pass up there. This is Summit Lake, just there, and then that was Kamiaka. So I'm headed off down into this area. There's a canyon, and I'll just shoot out south or left. So I'm just now about to drop into Virginia Canyon. I was hoping there'd be fewer trees, but oh well. My original plan had called for me to try to do some peaks up around here today, but I've given up on that. So I'm just gonna go down into here for a few miles, following Return Creek. And then when I get to McCabe Creek, I'm gonna join the PCT and head up that way. And then if I have time, I'll try to do a peak or two today, or I'll just camp. We'll see how that goes. And I'll probably camp directly off the PCT, so I'm curious if I'm gonna have neighbors. Still working my way up to Miller Lake on the PCT, but I just thought I'd stop here. This is, I think, Spiller Creek. It's so cool. I love stuff like this, and it comes down over the slabs. I can imagine in spring, because this is, you know, almost November and a very low snow year. So I'm just trying to picture this. You know, obviously all the brush is cleared out. What this must be like in spring. An absolute torrent. Anyhow, I guess that's enough of a break watching the water. Ah, hold on, I gotta get closer. It's just so cool. I don't know why I love this so much. When I was a kid, I used to throw leaves in it and try to race leaves. So much fun. I really do not know this area. So I already pointed out stuff. That's where I came from. In the center here, that's Conyers. I climbed the west ridge maybe of that last year. I can't remember what ridge we did. That was awful. So this is Miller Lake. How about that? It's quite pretty. I think this peak right here in the center, that's another unnamed peak I'll try to tag, maybe today. I'm gonna go try to find a place to camp and then just start heading. It's not really that obvious, but there's a ridge back here I'll head up. But for now, it's gonna be just find a place to drop my stuff, maybe on that far shore. So I just dropped all my stuff at Miller, well not all my stuff, much of my stuff at Miller Lake. I've got some day hiking stuff. I'm gonna try, it's 2:30, I'm gonna see if I can knock out a 5-mile out and back. A little skeptical, since it's taken me 9 hours to go 16.8. But, well, on the one hand, that was on a trail, on the other hand, I had, 52 pounds of weight. So let's see how big of a disaster this turns out to be. I did bring a light, and I've got my locator beacon in case everything goes completely pear-shaped. But it's just off this way. I think this might be the first one, or on the way to the first one. All right, so just reached the floor of Matterhorn Canyon. This is where I came from. You see the sign, it says Virginia Canyon 5.8, Glen Ellen 13.8. At the bottom, Yosemite Valley 30.5. I'm gonna head down this way, which is towards, as the sign says, Smedberg Lake, 6.5 miles, where I'll probably camp tonight. I'm having some trouble deciding. There's always something like, oh, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Because I'll be passing. These peaks up here, they're hard to see, but behind, they just look so cool. But I hadn't scheduled them this trip. It's so hard to walk by them, but I'm gonna try. I'm only like 30 seconds from where I just took that last video, but this is Matterhorn Creek running through Matterhorn Canyon. That's such a nice little meadow. And again, still running in nearly November. So I've come up out of Matterhorn Canyon into a canyon that goes northwest of it that leads to Benson Pass. This well, not quite this. This is a false summit, but on the other side of this, there's an unnamed peak, but this is where Quarry and Doghead are. And then there's 2 unnamed peaks I'm gonna go try to do on this side. Once I go up Benson Pass, somewhere over there, I'll just walk along this. That should be about, I think, like a 4-mile round trip. But this is a pretty cool area. This has never really thought about this at all. But I can see why the PCT comes through here. It's really nice. Onward and upward. Water, slush, or ice? Ice. I don't know why that's fun for me. Just reached Benson Pass. That's Volunteer Peak straight ahead. I'll try to do that tomorrow, I think. That's where I came from. I think this might be Matterhorn right there. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I don't know this area. Anyway, so I'm gonna drop my pack and then head up and do some unnamed peaks over here. I think just ahead of me is Peak 10540. It might be right back there. But this is such a cool environment. I'm up on a ridge. It's pretty broad, but it's just, I just love this stuff. I think that's the top of Volunteer right there. But I just wanted to share. It's just so cool. And you can see like seasonal, there'll be a little stream going through here. What a neat place. And the terrain, this is so much nicer than just fields of talus for, you know, half mile, a mile. So I'm on the summit of Peak 10462. There's another one without a, this is the 7th without a register. I'm gonna run out soon. Now I wish I brought more, except if I brought more, maybe I wouldn't be here. But I just wanted to, so this is the canyon I came through. Is it? Wait, I'm still turned around. So I think, I'm pretty sure that's Matterhorn Canyon. And then I came up here. And then, Benson Pass is over there. It's just more of Yosemite. Well, maybe Yosemite, but the parts people would recognize as Yosemite. That's Con Ness right there. There's a fire burning. I'm not sure what one that is, because I don't really pay attention up here. That's such a beautiful landscape. It's nice travel too. So I came over this peak. I'll either go back up right over there or around one side or the other. I haven't decided yet. I'm just trying to figure out how to get off this ridge because I want to get down. I want to go over there. But look at this view. So Sister Lake here, then Smedberg, which goes right by the PCT. Here's a little unnamed Tarn. That's Volunteer Peak. So my goal tomorrow is kind of like all of this, like around and then back here, and then I was gonna either stay at either Sister or Smedberg. I haven't decided yet. But first, I gotta figure out a way to get down. This is kind of hard, and my pack is heavy. I have my full backpacking pack with me at the moment. I'm at a small lake here at about 90, just shy of 9,800 feet, and I'm filtering some water because I needed water. Anyway, I got off these, I actually went, I just gave up on that sort of cliff. I probably could have gotten down, but I just went the long way. I went around the opposite side. But what I thought was kind of cool is it's cold enough up here, and this part of the lake is in the sun infrequently enough, or from not enough of the day to completely thaw and melt. It's actually relatively thick. I broke some of the ice. I mean, it's not insubstantial. Anyway, that's my next peak, so I'll do that, and then I'll decide on Sister or whatever, Smedberg. I'll probably go with Smedberg, but we'll see. Not sure if the wind's gonna wreck this, but so this is Slide Canyon. I'll still have one pole. It's hard to tell. This is a distinct mountain. So this is Bath Mountain. That's Crown Point, I think. Barely visible there is Hunwell. That's Slide Mountain, and this is Slide Canyon. So I did many of those during the 2018 or 19 Sierra Challenge. I think it was 18. So I'm starting to run together. Anyway, another view of Tallulah Lake here, really far out. It looked really pretty from closer up. I think because these are all the peaks I've chosen to skip. I'm going to try to maybe come back someday, camp at Tallulah Lake on a shorter trip. But I've already shown that. It's just so pretty. I really can't get over it. It's such a lovely area. I know the view's not all that different from previous ones, but it's just so pretty up here. So that's the peak I just came from straight across. And here's Sister Lake, which is looking more and more attractive to me. It's hard to tell. I mean, it's Smedberg, which is on the other side here, and that's Volunteer. I mean, it's in a canyon, that's kind of cool, but this just looks like such a nice big basin. I'm kind of tempted to camp here, although the wind might be kind of unpleasant. We'll see how big of a mistake that is if I camp here. You can see there's smoke in that valley there. So tomorrow is just kind of a loop out around here, including that, hopefully. And then I'll start working this way. I think, I can't really tell. I don't know I don't know where anything is. So I'll head over there somewhere. All right, so this is Sister Lake. It's Volunteer Peak. I just took a bath, or a very short swim in this water. It's like 38 degrees outside. But look how pretty this is. It's such a cool area. There's my dinner, which is rehydrating. Brought it out here with me so it doesn't get snagged. You can see a bird. And that is an unfortunate end here. And aside from my footprints, there's just one more thing to show over here. God, that light is so nice. There's all these footprints from, I don't show up too well, but some sort of carnivore has been trotting back and forth on this. Anyway, my camp is just, well, it's not super obvious. It's just behind this little, let's see if I can get it, like that clump of rocks, I think. I'm gonna go head there now and have dinner. Oh, the background certainly looks washed out. That's interesting. Let's see. Let's go with that. So I finished my bath. I just came back. My food was a little too hot, so I'm going to sit outside without the cozy for a bit. It's like 36 degrees, which is why this is on. Tent. So first day, I didn't get to do a recap on that. Because I went way too far. I got greedy and I tried to do just one more peak, and I didn't get back until it was dark. I dropped my stuff and went to the loop. And it was super windy up on the ridge as the sun was setting. I had a headlamp out. I was trying to find my way back, and I got back, and I had to I went for a swim because I was trying to be more like Chris and see if I can get in cold water, because that's supposed to be good for me. But I was just like, I don't want to, I just want to eat and sleep. So I just pounded down my food and went to bed. So today I have a little bit more time to relax in here at Sister Lake. I had intended to sleep at Smedberg, which is maybe 3/4 of a mile down, but obviously that's not going to happen. This is just such a cool area. I just wanted to share this. And then this day was also, there was so many cool places to see. But just look at this canyon, or valley I'm in. Oh, what a terrible thing. Anyway, I've got really nothing to say, clearly. All right, so it's day 3 on Volunteer Peak. I've already changed my mind twice on how I wanted to go up this. Originally I was gonna go, so Smedberg Lake is just visible there. I was originally gonna go to the other side. Then I read in Secor where I could just take the trail, Robinson Lake Trail, I think that's what it was called, and then just walk up the other side of a short hike. But it's kind of out of the way. And I thought, oh, maybe I can cut across here and then just go straight up the ridge. Question is, can I get there? So we'll find out if I'm about to waste a bunch of time. All right, it looks like this way is gonna go, assuming once I get over this, I'm able to get on that ridge. That shouldn't, I mean, that's nothing. So, first peak of the day, last peak of the day. I have 8 on the agenda. We'll see if I can do it. I'm already behind schedule. Shoot, I had originally intended to come up right here.
I can't see from here, and this is where Smedberg Lake is. And this is just to the east of it. But it looks like, I'm pretty positive that would have gone, because this goes up between, and even if that doesn't work, you could just get up on this, because that's easy. All right, I made it to the summit of Volunteer. That ended up, there's probably some class 4 moves on that. It's not as easy as I thought, so much for that. If I just stayed in that chute I pointed out, it just comes up right there, and then I could just come up this slope. But oh well, I made it. So that's, God, why do I keep forgetting the name of this lake? Smedberg. The PCT goes right along there. There's where I spent the night in the center there, Sister. And this is the 2 peaks I had done yesterday, or 2 of the peaks I had done yesterday. I came around there, and then I came here in the morning. Down here, in the shadow mostly, we can see the sandy shore of Benson Lake. Final peak of the day for me, hopefully. It's just some more of that fire out there. Unfortunately, I don't really know what a lot of this stuff's named. I think this is West Peak. I'm going to try to go there today in the center. Then way out there, this pointy one directly in the center right there, I think that's Mount Clark. I think in the center there, again, it's I think Pettit or Pettit, it's P-E-T-T-I-T. So I'm going to go down here along this ridge and just kind of do a big loop. Although there's one peak, an unnamed peak on the other side of West Peak I'm going to try to get to. Then back, let's go around here. So in the center there, that's the tower. I did that October of last year, I think. Alright, I finished the traverse from Volunteer, which is right there. There was just a little, it's hard to see, but there was a notch right there that maybe class 3, a few moves. Anyway, I'm just gonna go. Looks kind of steep, but I'm hoping that's. I mean, the map says that's not a cliff, so hopefully it's not. But I'm just gonna go down this, over this, and then actually drop down on the other side. Not go to Pettit yet because I want to hit another peak beyond it, and then come back over. I think this somewhere here is Regulation. Then drop off there. Also, I just like. It's just such a pretty place. It's just spectacular. But if I spent all this time enjoying it, I'll never finish it, so got to get going. Also, it looks like there's smoke right back there. I guess I'll be able to see better when I get on Pettit, assuming I get on Pettit. I'm just traversing past, well, getting close to past Pettit. But look at this place. It's just absolutely amazing. So I'm going to go, rather than over this, I'm just going to kind of go around a bit, drop down, to a lake, refill water, walk past Pettit, hit another peak, then come back and go up. So it involves some down, but I'd like to get some water. So I'm just now passing below Pettit, but God, this place is just spectacular. So I'm gonna pass this lake, get some water. That's a little peak I'm gonna try to hit, then come back and do Pettit. I'm really not sure I'm gonna be able to do hit my goals today, but it's just spectacular out here. Such a wonderful place. This is peak 10, 395, or 495, I forgot. It's just south, I think, of Pettit, which is right there. Kind of picked a crappy way to come up it. That looks hard. The other side's much easier, at least on the map. So if this doesn't go, I can just go down the other, I gotta go down and kind of around since traversing would be kind of a pain. But I don't think I have to, this isn't the only way up. All right, I made it to the summit of peak 395. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down, I think this way, and just drop down into here and go through this basin. And then up here, this is Pettit, and I'll just go up like a chute, probably up that or up that. Hopefully that'll be better. That doesn't look too steep from here, but parts of it when I was closer look kind of Plus I think this might take more effort, even though I have to drop down more. I'm trying to conserve energy and time. So anyway, dropping down to the basin. All right, I made it to West Peak. This is the second named peak without a register. Regulation didn't have one either. I'm looking, I have like 5 friends who were out here earlier. I don't think they brought any register containers. I don't get it. Anyway, so I did that unnamed peak over there. This is like, that's on, it doesn't really, I think I recorded my last video on the other side of that stuff. Anyway, then I went up here to, oh God, I don't even know the peak names anymore. This is terrible. Pettit, then Regulation here. Then I just came along here to West Peak. And then from here, you can see it's really getting smoky. Well, over there anyway. I'm just gonna continue along this to right there, assuming I can identify where that spot is. I'm hoping I can just come down this. And then finally water. I am so thirsty. Then, if I have time, which I think I will, I'm gonna try to do another two. I need to look at the map still to figure out what it might be this one and this one. I'm not really sure. Anyway, that's the update. So I was able to get down the chute from West Peak. I don't actually know which one it was. Huh. Seems so obvious from above. Anyway, but somehow I missed on the map. There's a cliff here. It's kind of a bummer. I'm hoping somehow I can get along here. And then I'm home free. If not, oh man. Oh, I lucked out on this one. There's this little shelf here. I'm sure, obviously, other people have taken it. It looked like the branches are broken or animals. Anyway, this is perfect. It'll just take me right to that area, and then I can shoot down the slabs and get some water. Oh, I look ridiculous. Anyway, I'm on peak 1040, I think, and I wanted to try to make it to peak 1020, which is right there, but I've given up. It's after 5, so I'm gonna start heading back. The sun's going down. Anyway, let's see. I think, where is everything? Everything's so, I think, there we go, volunteer there. That's where I started the day, but just too out of shape. It's not happening. Let's see, can we see anything useful? I wish I could switch the camera around. I shouldn't have started just facing me. Anyway, time to go back to camp. I'm hungry. All right, I've arrived at Trail Junction with the PCT. So Rogers Lake is 1.4 miles. That's right. Actually, I came from Neall, sort of. And so this is the PCT going this way, north. Benson Lake's 3.6 miles. Rock Island Pass, 11.5. God, this stuff I day hike. And then the way I'm headed, I have Smedberg Lake, 1 mile. So hopefully I'll be there before it completely turns dark. I'll always race in the sun. So directly ahead, here's the first objective of the day, or well, first and maybe the last. I made it to the summit of peak 9291. Someone's been here. They made a little cairn. It's fallen apart, but they didn't appear to have left a register, so who knows when that was. I left one though. And this is the peak I didn't do. I was hoping to do yesterday, but I ran out of time, so that was the final one I did. That's where I started on volunteer. Let's give it 360. It's Pettit Mountain here. I think this might be Price in the center. And this was my next theoretical objective. I kind of think that looks kind of steep. The topo makes it look steep until like this point right there. Like that could be problematic. I gotta think about it some more. I might also just head out. I think some of the fight has gone out of me. And I'm 2 registers left, so I feel like I should use them. But on the other hand, man, my mood's just tanked. But we'll see. I've decided to go ahead and head out. At least I'm pretty sure I am. So this is the other side of Benson Pass. It's probably somewhere right up there. And I'm just coming from, I can't really see it, but There's volunteer sticking up in the center. And that's the stuff I did yesterday, which was tons of fun. That was a really enjoyable day. But for now, I think it's time to head out, recuperate, and then figure out what the next trip is. All right, so I just arrived at what's going to be my last camp. I was going to try to hike all the way out, but I gave up on that because there's also 2 more peaks I want to do on the way out, and I'm definitely not going to do them if it's dark. Anyway, I was trying to find a place that was flat, and I stumbled upon this. It's got to be a packer camp, but it's got chairs. I mean, too bad I can't have a fire, but it's a huge fire pit. And although it's not super obvious, the water, the river is just right over there. So I'm going to sleep here and get up in the morning and hit 2 more unnamed peaks, hopefully, and hike out of here. There's only about 10 miles left. I mean, I feel kind of lame camping here, but oh well. It's like 2,600 feet of gain got to me. I mentally caved. All right, under an hour left. I'm back at the pass. My car is somewhere down there. So, well, I say under an hour, it's 3 miles. I assume on this is a good trail. I assume I can do this in an hour. Let's find out. This parking lot was totally empty when I came here. A lot of day users and maybe some overnight users. All right, that wraps this trip up. Pretty canyon. Finally got to see it in the light. Awesome.